Manny Pacquiao's much-anticipated return to the boxing ring ended in drama, tension, and ultimately frustration, as the 46-year-old legend fought Mario Barrios to a majority draw in their WBC Welterweight title bout in Las Vegas. For Pacquiao, this was not only a comeback after nearly 4 years of retirement, but also a chance to make history by becoming the oldest welterweight champion of all time. For Barrios, it was an opportunity to defend his crown against one of the sport's all-time greats and prove himself on the biggest stage of his career. From the opening bell, Pacquiao looked sharp, drawing roars from the MGM Grand Garden Arena crowd with quick bursts of combinations and familiar footwork that seemed to defy his age. He darted in and out, landing crisp lefts and overhand rights that reminded fans of his peak years. In the middle rounds, particularly between the 6th and 9th, Pacquiao seemed to be in control, outpacing Barrios with flurries and catching him clean with power shots. His experience and ring IQ were evident, and at times it looked as if the Filipino icon was on his way to pulling off one of the most remarkable comebacks in the history of the sport. But Barrios, 16 years younger and in the prime of his career, never panicked. Though he absorbed punishment in the middle rounds, he stuck to his game plan, relying on his jab and using his length to keep Pacquiao from fully dominating. As the fight entered the championship rounds, Barrios dug deep and produced his best work. He pressed forward with sharper counters, landed steady jabs, and controlled the tempo. Pacquiao, though still dangerous, appeared to slow slightly, and the energy he expended earlier in the fight began to show in his movement. Those final rounds proved decisive on the scorecards. When the final bell rang, tension filled the arena as both fighters raised their hands in expectation. The judges' scores revealed just how close the bout had been. One judge gave it 115 to 113 for Barrios, while the other two saw it even at 114 to 114. The result, a majority draw. The outcome meant Barrios retained his WBC Welterweight championship, while Pacquiao's historic bid fell just short. Statistically, the fight reflected the razor-thin margins. Barrios landed more total punches and especially more jabs, using his length to keep Pacquiao honest. Pacquiao, however, held the edge in power punches, showing that when he landed cleanly, his shots carried greater impact. Many observers believed Pacquiao had done enough through the middle rounds to deserve the victory, while others felt Barrios' late surge justified the draw. As is often the case in close fights, debate immediately spread among fans, analysts, and former fighters. For Pacquiao, the performance was bittersweet. On one hand, he proved that even at 46 he could still compete at the highest level, going the distance with a reigning champion nearly 2 decades his junior. He showcased flashes of brilliance and gave fans a nostalgic glimpse of the fighter who dominated multiple divisions for more than 2 decades. On the other hand, he fell short of his ultimate goal of reclaiming the welterweight crown, and questions about whether he can maintain the pace of a 12-round championship fight at his age remain. Barrios, meanwhile, left the ring with his title intact but also with a sense of unfinished business. He admitted that Pacquiao pushed him harder than expected and that he had to dig deep to survive the Filipino legend's mid-fight rally. Yet the young champion also showed resilience, composure, and an ability to adapt under pressure. Surviving a late career challenge from one of boxing's greatest names may serve as a defining chapter in his own career moving forward. In the aftermath, both fighters hinted at the possibility of a rematch. Pacquiao, though disappointed, did not rule out continuing his career, while Barrios expressed openness to facing him again, acknowledging the close nature of the contest. For fans, the prospect of a second meeting between the two offers intrigue, not only because of the unresolved nature of the first fight but also because of the question of whether Pacquiao, with adjustments and a longer training camp, could find the extra push needed to cross the finish line as champion. The fight also reignited broader discussions about the role of older athletes in combat sports. Pacquiao's ability to compete at an elite level at 46 is both inspiring and cautionary. While his skills and determination remain world-class, the demands of boxing at the highest level are relentless. For many, his performance was a reminder of his greatness and his fighting spirit, regardless of the result. In the end, Pacquiao's comeback was not defined solely by the official outcome. Though the record books will show a majority draw, the night reinforced his legendary status and left fans with one more memory of a fighter who refuses to fade quietly into history. Barrios, too, walked away stronger, tested by one of the best to ever lace up gloves. Whether the story continues in a rematch or not, July 2025 will be remembered as the night a 46-year-old warrior reminded the world why his name belongs forever among boxing's immortals.